What's poppin' people, I'm Eager Beaver and today we're going to be ranking the top 5 wonder weapons in Treyarch Zombies. Now for clarification's sake, a wonder weapon is something that takes up a weapon slot, so things like the Skull of Non-Stopway and the Gauntlet of Siegfried do not qualify to be on this list. That being said guys, let's dive right into this thing. Kickstarting our list at number 5, we have the Wave Gun / Zap Guns. Now this is a pretty unique wonder weapon because it takes up only one weapon slot for what is essentially 2 wonder weapons. You have the dual wield zap guns, which shoot single shot electric zaps that are able to kill 1 zombie per shot, and you also have the wave gun, which shoots a beam that stops zombies in their tracks, swell up, and they freaking explode, guys. This thing is crazy. Now a lot of people talk about this weapon for just the wave gun, but I honestly don't think the zap guns get enough credit. These things are infinite damage, which means it will kill the zombies in one shot, whether it's on round 1 or round 100. They've also got a decent bit of ammo as well. If you pack and punch it, it gives you 124 total shots to work with, and that's not an insignificant amount. Now when you combine them, you get the wave gun. Now this thing is bonkers, guys. One shot from this turns a whole horde of zombies from crazed monsters that are trying to rip your throat out to big marshmallow men that let out a little microwave ding when they explode.
A zombie BBQ!
I always have a blast using these weapons, which isn't to say there are a couple downsides to them. First, unless you're on Black Ops 3 running alchemical or cashback or a similar gobblegum, there's no easy way to get ammo back for this weapon. You kinda just have to get lucky from drops, which makes it especially difficult on Black Ops 1. Another drawback to these is you only get them from the box, and in my experience, they can be pretty tough to get, so relying on that RNG factor can be a little frustrating, can be a little difficult to get them from the box. But that's not a huge takeaway overall from how amazing this weapon is, which is why it's starting our list off at number 5. Here at number 4, we've got the lightning bow. Now this thing is awesome in every regard. It looks cool, it sounds cool, it's a cool wonder weapon, it's powerful, it's just off the chain in every regard. Now you've got a couple options for firing this thing. First, if you use a single shot from this bow, it puts a little electric ball that shocks zombies that are super close to it. It's not super powerful, but it's not crazy weak either. Now if you charge this thing up, it unleashes a massive storm that covers a pretty large area that'll zap any zombies that come close. This thing is incredibly strong and it can carry you to some pretty high rounds if you're interested in that sort of thing. Unfortunately, it does start tapering off at about 110, 112, somewhere around there. But most people either aren't interested or aren't gonna make it to that high of a round. I know myself, I don't really go for high rounds that often. So this wonder weapon is super useful to me as someone who really doesn't try and go for those high rounds, who stays around the lower rounds, you know, maybe 40, 50, somewhere around there. Now I know I, as well as many other people, have talked about this weapon's power and how strong it is and how crazy insane it is, but one of the best things about it is how easy it is to get. First, you gotta get the Wrath of the Ancients, which is super easy and fun to acquire. You've just gotta feed the 3 dragons around the map. This is something I never get tired of, I never dread having to do it, and it gives a great mini tour of the map. Now the upgrade for it has a couple more steps, but it's still super easy. I would say this is the second easiest bow to upgrade, second only to the wolf bow. What you gotta do is you've gotta shoot the weather vane, grab the arrow. Then you gotta run, shoot the bonfires. Next thing you have to do is wall run on the symbols in the Undercroft, get kills next to the electric vases, shoot the bonfires again with a little electric vase effect, and then you've got to get kills in the Undercroft by the MPD. Boom, done. You've got your lightning bow. Now while this weapon is super powerful and it will kill all the zombies coming into the storm, if you have a full train and you try and shoot them to kill them fast, it will kill them fast, but it doesn't kill them immediately. The zombies still have a second or two to swat and down you, which doesn't sound like much time, but it's definitely enough. Now my biggest problem with this weapon, and a huge downside in my eyes, is it only traps panzers and it barely does any damage to them. So what it does is it forces you to run a secondary weapon to kill panzers with. Sometimes you can't get a good weapon from the box to kill them with, or sometimes you don't want to run a panzer killing weapon. Maybe you're trying to level up a specific weapon, or you just want to play it a little bit differently, and it forces you to take another weapon that maybe you don't really want to run. But at the end of the day, it's still powerful, it's still crazy, it's still amazing, and I would definitely take it over any of the other bows, which is why it comes in at number 4. Marking the halfway point in our list at number 3, we've got a wonder weapon from my favorite map of all time, the Ice Staff. I get excited just thinking about this weapon. It's so insane. It's so crazy. It's similar to the lightning bow in that it has an area of effect kind of storm charge shot to it. But I just think the ice staff is just better. It's just better. It has a single shot that'll freeze up to 3 zombies, and if you charge it up, you can shoot down a blizzard that will freeze any zombies in the surrounding area. Now the blizzard does cover a smaller area than the storm from the lightning bow, but it's just as effective, and it gives you more of a safe space to stand in the eye of the storm and breathe for a second. Between that and having infinite damage, it is superb for high round attempts, which does put it over the lightning bow. Now the biggest version of this weapon, the ice staff, is not the best. It's not very good at getting zombies out of your way or killing a whole horde, so you really don't want to keep it very long. It can be a little inconvenient to acquire if you get bad RNG with the dig piles, or you don't end up with enough points to open the church side, something like that. But if you've played Origins a couple times, you kind of gotten a feel for the map. It is pretty easy to go ahead and upgrade. All you've got to do is just get the puzzle step in Agartha solved, shoot the tombstones, flip the levers to blue, shoot the orb, and then get kills in Agartha. It is super easy to get the ultimate ice staff. And on top of that, when you get this thing upgraded, it gets a melee attack that is a one-hit kill until round 16. However, this weapon isn't free from flaws itself. An unfortunate downside to this one is that it will not save you in a jam. If you happen to run a tight corner in the trenches or in the excavation site and you need zombies out of your way quick, you're screwed. This thing is not going to save you. It won't kill them fast enough to save you 9 out of 10 times, and you're probably going to go down. Now I know they're largely similar, but the main reason I place this above the lightning bow is because this thing absolutely wrecks panzers. It gives them the big ol' yeet. If not for that, these weapons would be practically identical, and I'd probably just merge them into one spot. The bow is a little easier to use, but the ice staff just feels so much more powerful, which is why it comes before the lightning bow and why it comes in at our number 3 spot. Getting into our top 2, guys, we have the APOTHICON Servant. Oh boy. This is a buildable wonder weapon that shoots literal black holes that explode at the end. This thing is absolutely insane, and I'd probably call it a death-proof weapon because it's exactly what happens if you're using this thing. You are death-proof. It is impossible for you to die. Get trapped in a corner, boom, just throw one down, you're safe, you're fine. Shield broken, you need to go get a new one, boom, just throw another one down, you're fine, everything's good, you're alive. Along with being stupidly powerful, aesthetically this gun is wild. It fits shadows perfectly with this Cthulhu tentacle gross monster kind of look to the weapon that really matches the map. I mean, look at this thing. It's objectively disgusting with all the eyes and the tentacles and just how gross it looks and how you have to fist it when you first put it on. Ugh, it's objectively disgusting, and I love it. Now you do only get 10 shots with this thing, which seems kind of low, but that's more for balancing purposes than anything else. If this weapon had more than 10 shots in it, it would actually be busted, game breaking. It's over. And it kind of is game breaking as it is, because with as many drops as you seem to get on shadows, combined with parasite rounds, on top of being able to run gumblegums like alchemical and cashback, ammo really isn't too much of a problem, guys. Now, while you aren't able to upgrade this thing on Shadows of Evil, which is unfortunate, you are able to do so on Revelations. If you just go around, shoot the 5 stones, you're able to pack a punch it, spend your 5,000 points, you've got an upgraded APOTHICON Servant. And I'm not gonna lie, the upgrade kind of breaks the game. Not only does it give you 5 extra shots totaling 15, it lets the black holes go on for a bit longer, and the explosion radius when it's over seems to be a little bigger. Now, the other insane thing about this weapon, which I already kind of touched on, is the fact that it is a buildable wonder weapon. All you've got to do is collect the parts from this thing, and you've got it. It's that easy. Unfortunately, it does have a bit of an RNG factor with it. Usually, I'm able to get the parts for it pretty okay. I had a game trying to record this video where I didn't get the tentacle until round 24, and I didn't get the xenomatter until round 27. And those are the only real downsides I can come up for with this thing, just the RNG factor in finding the pieces and getting it out of the box in Revelations. Which, for a wonder weapon as strong as this one is not that bad. There's not even a whole lot more I can say about this weapon. It really just speaks for itself being a black hole gun, which is why it comes in at our number 2 spot. But there is one weapon I believe to be superior to all those listed here. Guys, the number 1 best wonder weapon in Treyarch Zombies is the ALISTA'S Annihilator. Now hold on, stop, hear me out. This gun is incredible. It's easy to acquire, easy to upgrade, stupid powerful, has a ton of ammo, and most of all, it's fun. It's so incredibly fun. There's not a single moment that goes by that I don't love using this weapon. Now, when I said it was easy to acquire, I meant it. Obtaining the ALISTA'S while it consists of finding 4 symbols around the map, putting the code into the lock, and grabbing the weapon out of the safe. Boom. Easy. This gets you a revolver type weapon that shoots small explosive rounds which are pretty devastating to zombies while dealing no damage to the user. Pretty standard, but pretty effective on the lower rounds. Now if you go through a little mini quest to upgrade it, you end up with the Chaos Theory, which does the same thing as the base weapon with a couple extra features. If you use a charge shot from this thing, it will either create a whirlwind, very much like the Windstaff charge shot, or it will create this pool of goo that infects zombies and makes them wander off to die like a dog who knows its time has come. And if you go through another mini quest, you wind up with the ALISTA'S Annihilator, and this thing is baller. It does everything its previous versions do and more. Regular blast that's decently powerful? Check. Tornado and infection charge shots? Double check. Crazy green portal thing that shrinks them down so much they're visiting my boy Ant-Man in the quantum realm? Hell yeah! Badass red fireball that incinerates everything while leaving you completely and totally safe?
Oh, that's hot.
This thing is so effective for taking out numerous zombies at a time while giving the user a little time to breathe, which isn't something you get a lot of in Black Ops 4. And the fact that you're not ever sure which shot you're going to get makes it all the more interesting in my opinion. You never know if you're going to get the fireball, which makes a complete safe zone for the player, or if you're going to get the whirlwind, which can still allow some zombies to hit you if you're not close enough to it. It's something that keeps you on your toes, constantly engaged with what's going on, and I love that. On top of that, it's actually pretty difficult to die with this weapon. You can use it for training or camping, it kills zombies and Nosferatus alike, and if you need to kill a werewolf, just pop a charge shot down and unload into that sucker. It also comes with so much ammo, I never once have found myself running out. Plus, it comes with a cool little scope, so, you know, that's pretty cool. I really don't think I can do this thing justice, guys. You gotta just go and use it yourself. It's an underrated wonder weapon on an underrated map, and it's because of all these things and the sheer fun factor that many other wonder weapons lack that makes this the best wonder weapon of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. This is only the beginning of a long road of zombies content coming from me, so if you want to be a part of that, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like on the video, and let me know in the comments what you think of this list. I appreciate you all, so have fun, don't get lost, and I'll see you in the next one.